Hey Genesis, welcome to the second week of Summer 7. I hope you were able to put into practice the daily God hunt last week. I know it was great for me to be able to just take some time and remember the many ways in which God was present in my day. And as I mentioned in last week's video, Summer 7 will introduce a new practice of prayer each week, each Sunday. And then on Monday, you'll be able to receive an email like this one that'll give you a little bit more insight into the prayer practice for that week. And you can also pick up one of these pamphlets at the Welcome Center on Sunday if you don't have one yet. And then finally, if you want, you're able to come at 8:15 on Sunday mornings for the next 6 weeks, and we will be having a gathering of people who are going to discuss the prayer practice for the upcoming week and then actually be able to put that into practice right then and there. And this week's practice is called Palms Down and Palms Up. And now, if you're like me, a typical prayer usually starts with me closing my eyes and bowing my head and then rattling off the many needs in my life. And certainly, this is an acceptable way to pray. But with the practice of palms down and palms up, we're inviting you to take time to not only release the concerns that you have to God, but also to receive what God wishes to give you in the midst of your concerns. And so, as a visual for this release and receive practice, you'll sit in a comfortable position, close your eyes, and with your palms down, begin to release whatever concerns you have in that moment. The palms down represents you turning over your concerns to God. And then this is followed by you placing your palms up as a way of representing that you are ready to receive whatever God has for you. So during the next 7 days, I invite you to make this a daily prayer practice by doing this. Each day, probably in the morning is the best time to do it. For 10 to 20 minutes, find a quiet place and practice this palms down and palms up prayer practice. It's okay to move from your palms down to your palms up as many times as you need. It's likely that as you do it, more concerns may come to mind. And so turning your palms back over and releasing that and then opening your palms back up and receiving what God has for you is a very natural way to practice this. And then when you're finished, to just sit quietly for a few moments and simply take in whatever you've learned through the process. And that can be difficult because it means just sitting in quiet and listening, just being, not doing anything, just allowing God to give you some rest and to possibly speak into your life. My hope is that you will experience the relief of releasing your concerns and the reassurance of God's care in your life.